All right, this is a 8 by 20 floating dock that I'm building for a customer out in Gulfport, Mississippi. Got the framing just about complete. It's gonna be a pontoon style, 12 barrels, minus its own weight. It's gonna hold close to a ton of whatever you put on it, probably people. It's all 2x6 treated construction. These barrels are 36 inches long, purple ones. This is my first time using purple, which I don't really like it. As you can see, some of the purples are collapsing at night with the cooler weather. It's a common problem with barrels. I don't have that problem with my blue ones, but I have problems with the purple. And the problem is the air on the inside of the barrel is cooler than the air outside. So the air inside shrinks, and once it warms up, it puffs back to normal shape. So I think to compensate for this, I got two options. I could put valve stems on some of the caps, tar valve stems, and just pump it up a few psi of air. Or not really, well, yeah, cheaper solution. I can pull each barrel back off, dump 20 ounces of water in the barrel, and drop a small golf ball sized piece of dry ice in there, and cap it off, let it build pressure, do its thing, and reinstall it. As long as you don't bust a drum, you're going to hold pressure. Even if I go with valve stems, you're going to hold pressure until you bust a drum. But with the valve stem, you can always pump it up and find a leak, see if it's something that's patchable. This is high density polyethylene drums. You can do plastic welding. There's plenty of videos and tutorials of people repairing kayaks that are made out of high density polyethylene. You can use a plastic welder or soldering iron, or even a little mini torch to make patches on it. Or in this case, if you can get barrels cheap enough, you can just replace a barrel. But yeah, I got carried on about that. This is gonna be a quick video, just to show the structure of the frame. Let me take off, I'm wearing Crocs right now. It's muddy outside, we had some rain, so I just threw the Crocs on. Crocs are very dangerous when they're wet to walk with. Anyway, this structure is 8 wide. Well, it's gonna be 8 wide. Right now it's like 7'10", because I'm building on top of my trailer to accommodate a standard 18 to 20 foot pontoon trailer. This way all my builds are uniform, and it makes for easy transport and delivery, and I can launch at a regular boat launch. Where my other dock design with the barrels going this way, it takes a flat deck trailer, which I don't have. I have one to build on, but not one that I can travel 200 miles with. And this one I can travel within 200 miles safely. But anyway, it's going to be 8 foot by 20 and 1/2 inch. These 2x6 T-braces are capped off for strength. Nothing's going to bend, and they're every 37.5 inch center. All the spacing is uniform, and deck boards are going to be run across the top. This one is getting deck boards. She's very solid. Right now she's about 500-600 pounds. After the deck boards, she's probably gonna be pushing close to 1,000 pound weight. I mean, you see how bad them drums are collapsing? Definitely have to do something about it. I mean, I don't want to show up to deliver a brand new dock with collapsed drums. You know, in cooler weather they shrink, warmer weather they expand. So I'm definitely going to resolve the issue. That's why I haven't strapped the drums down yet, because I want to solve this issue before I strap the drums. Because if I strap it now while it's cool, when it expands, it's not going to hurt if the straps be too tight. But when it cools down again, the straps, there's a possibility it's going to be loose, because the water is a lot cooler than air, and that's going to affect the temperatures of the barrels. So that's something you need to think about and compensate for wherever you're building a floating dock or a barrel boat. And look, I am by no means a professional. This is only about the 5th one I build. This is the first one of this design. There's the 5th of anything I build with barrels in my life. My houseboat is still sitting on the side, 8 by 22. That one's overbuilt. It's gonna have a full deck and a little cabin on it. But this one is gonna have the option to add a 3rd pontoon. I designed it to where I can just put me 2 runners down each section, and another barrel. These are 36. I believe I have 39 inches of space. I can just drop another barrel in, strap it, and that's gonna add a lot more capacity. It's 200 pounds per barrel that you add of flotation that you're gonna gain. And the barrel weight itself doesn't really factor into play because we're only looking at about 15 pounds of extra material to add a barrel with the straps and the screws. So you're looking at 15 pounds per barrel. I guess over the long run it's gonna add up, but it's really not gonna hurt the number of total capacity that this dock can hold. But while I had the time, I want to make that quick video. I do have some short videos on how I built the structure, but the structure is easy. I build it on the trailer. I basically run 3 4x4s across my guides to give me a flat surface to build on, and then I lay my outside and inside 2x6s all the way across. I cut those to length. I stand them up, and then I start connecting and capping the ends. Once the end caps are done, I bring it over here under my tree. I raise up one side, and I place 2 barrels. Turn the trailer around, place 2 barrels on the other side. And then from there, actually before I place the barrels, I put some temporary 2x6s by 8 foot across. I get my distance right. This was, I think, 93 or 94 inches total width. I think it's 93. So I set every one of my temporary 2x6s. I put about 5 of them. I set it to hold my 93 on the outside frames, and then I come back and set my inside frames. I got 19 inches on the inside spacing for the barrel to fit. So once everything's true and held straight, I check for squareness, which is usually winds up good. If you follow the same measurement all the way across for everything, it comes out pretty square. And then that's when I raise it up and I put 2 barrels, and then I start figuring out my spacing. And on this build with 36-inch long barrels, it worked out perfect where a 2x4 fits between every barrel. So every barrel is locked in place. They're not strapped on, and I can pick up the structure and the barrels come up with it because they're locked in place with the 2x4s. And then it also continues as a strong back. So it's wood tied in, 2x4 there to this 2x6. I have a 2x6 running all the way across, and it's repeated on the other side. And then I come back and cap it to where you're not gonna get any flex. It's very hard to bend a T made out of lumber. Very hard. It's very strong. So yeah, it's not a barrel boat, it's a floating dock, but it's kind of what I've been doing lately, playing with barrels. So I guess it's very relevant to barrel boats. I think I got a pretty good method of building. To build this, what you see, I've got about 5, maybe 6 hours invested in what you see from the time I bought the lumber, came home and started building. And it helped to my advantage that I had the trailer to build on, but the first couple ones I built was simply on the ground. I build on the trailer now. It's very easy for me to move the whole structure. I can just, move it with the tractor wherever I need it, turn it around. I use my trusty tree. I don't know where I would be without this tree. It gives me shade all day, always have a breeze, and I have an attachment point to do all my heavy lifting. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna end this video. My next step is to figure out what I'm gonna do about the drums, to keep air in them, keep them pressurized, and then it's off to cutting straps. I was gonna put purple straps on here, but the design of these barrels, they start curving down from right here. So it means it would take me entirely too many purple barrels to make the straps. I currently don't have enough purple barrels in stock to make enough purple straps. So I spoke with the customer. I'm gonna go with blue. It's not really gonna be a big deal with blue straps. And because of these barrels curve, I can't put a strap here because then my strap's gonna want to follow the curve, which means it's gonna be tight on the smaller diameter, and it's gonna wind up having a gap on this side. I'll give you an example. If my strap follows the curve, that's probably how it's gonna come out. It has to have a gap on the inside because all the tension is gonna be on the front. And I thought about trying to put it here, which I may wind up doing. I'm gonna do a test, see how that works out. But worst case, I'm gonna come back to about right here, up against this band. Your strap strength is obviously on a barrel. The wider your footprint, the stronger it's going to hold. But because I encapsulated these drums into tight-fitting pockets, my strap tension is it's not going to really be that relevant. It's just there to just to hold pressure upwards on the drum. These barrels can't move either direction. And oh look, I don't know if you guys know what love bugs are. It's nothing exciting. Louisiana is full of them. They're if you don't know what they are, they mate by connecting their rear ends together and they fly around. They're called love bugs. They fly around making love. They are hell on keeping a windshield and paint clean on a car. This is very late in the year to have. It's very odd to have them this late. They usually begin in the year, and everywhere is covered, like millions of them all over your yard. And the highway is at 70 miles an hour. I can imagine motorcyclists love them. Anyway, I'm rambling. But yeah, this is what my 8x20 dock series looks like. And I think I'm gonna continue to build them like this. It's a nice, simple design. It's easy to modify, easy to add. And even though these barrels are 36 inches, you can use shorter barrels. Like this batch of white barrels is 34.5 inches. And my flat blue barrels are 35 inches long. So if you build for 36, any one of these barrels will fit. But if you want to go with different length barrels, then you're going to have to go with a different width than a 2x4 to keep it tight. But you don't have to keep it tight. I chose to do it. It worked out perfect for my frame length. My outer frame rails is 234 inches if the love bug gets off of it. That is the total length of these 2x6s. The inside and outside, I use 4 2x6s, are all 234 inches length. And then you get another 1.5 inches of the length by the outside 2x6 capping on this side, outside 2x6 capping on that side. And this one's gonna get capped with a 2x8, which is gonna bring me to a total length of 20 foot and 1/2 inch. I could have cut down the 234 to make it a 20 even, but I was happy with the overall measurement of 8 by 20 foot and 1/2. And I'll maybe make an update video once it's done, delivered, and launched at the customer's property. It's going to Gulfport, Mississippi. I'll probably make a little video on it while it's in the water. We'll see how it does. If you have any questions or comments, put them down. Appreciate it.